from diaspora, and thank you for stopping by to listen to our story from diaspora. And by the way, Happy New Year. It's so exciting to be part of you in 2023. And so today on our story from diaspora, we will be chatting with Mrs. Anita Swanta Kachidi. Hello, Anita. How are you doing today?
Hi, Grace. I'm fine. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you so much for honoring our invitation.
yeah, you're welcome.
So, we'd like to know more about you. So tell us about you, where you're from, what you do, everything you'd like our viewers to know about you.
Okay. My name is Kachidi Anita Swanta. I'm from the northern part of Nigeria, Kaduna State to be precise. I'm married with a kid. Um, my occupation, I'm actually a business person. I run a catering service, multiple dishes here in New York, in the United States. And actually, COVID, so many people have a lot of downside to COVID, but that's my good side to COVID. It pushed me into starting a business, and the food business is growing. We're not there yet, but it's been picking up gradually. I remember starting with just one customer that patronizes me every week, and I'm like, "Are you sure you're not going to go look for a job?" And I just kept pressing, and today I'm doing well. Thanks God. We just moved to the US in like 2019, so we're still very fresh here. We are barely 3 years and a few months. And I studied accountancy in University of um, Unizik, that's Nnamdi Azikiwe University,
Mhm.
and I graduated in 2015. I served in Abia State, Arochukwu local government to be precise, and here I am. Nice meeting you all.
Oh, that's so nice. That's a nice perfect. Wow.
Yes.
So you're just 3 years here and you're already doing well. That's interesting to know.
Mm.
Um, you mentioned you're from Kaduna State in
Yeah.
Nigeria. Yeah, so we'd like to share about our country and our culture. So tell us about Nigeria and in particular your culture in Kaduna State.
Okay. Uh, what can I say about what can I say about my culture? Kaduna State is a very homely state. I'm not saying that because I'm from there, but I travel and it's kind of like a homely state is very welcoming. Uh, Most especially because I think because it's close to Abuja, so it has a mixed population. And contrary to what people always think, that when you're from the north, probably they'll say you're Hausa. We have like just in Kaduna State, we have like over 20 dialects, and my tribe is actually Kagoro. I don't speak much of it, so nobody should ask me to to speak.
No, we won't do that, I know.
So yeah, yeah, except for now that with the insecurity, Kaduna State is really, really volatile
Yeah,
because of
I
the
was going to ask you. I read recently, just in December last year, particularly in your local government area, there was an attack, and it was so
yeah, it was really
tragic.
bad. It
Family
was tragic.
Yeah, a family was killed, and then so many people were displaced, their houses
Wow.
were burnt, So tell me, what is the Nigerian government doing about this to bring peace in Kaduna State? Because this is something that's been happening, I mean, non-stop. In particularly, what is the governor of Kaduna doing about the situation?
We can't really say they are doing anything. So mostly the protecting yourself now is in the hands of the indigents of Kaduna State. So basically most people, churches, mosques, because when they try to segregate it that it's like a Muslim Christian thing, sometimes most times it's not really so. So most times the imams and the pastors and the priests have taken it into their hands to educate people about self-defense and how to stay safe, how to avoid just tips on being safe because it's really getting out of hand and the government is practically doing nothing about it because um, I have, I think I have a different mindset with many Nigerians. They talk about Fulani headsmen in quotes,
Mm.
but in my village, we grew up with these people. Like I didn't grow up in the village, but when you go there, you meet them. We coexisted with them for many years. So many of them even speak our languages more than we do. Like they were just parts and parcel
Mhm.
of us. When we start saying, this happened, that happened. They too also complain their cows are being stolen, their cows are being slaughtered. So it's a very complicated situation. And I think besides God and you yourself, that's the only thing you can rely on when it comes to your security. And that's just it. The government is practically doing nothing about it.
Yeah, I believe that Nigerians in diaspora, they have a strong voice to advocate for things like this. So
Yeah.
basically, what are Kaduna indigenes in the diaspora doing to advocate for peace in their land?
Um, I've not really heard of anything, and I think I know I read one time about a particular priest that was really championing the whole self-defense. In fact, he traveled out, learned a course, came back to like educate people about it, but he stepped on toes. So that's why I keep saying everything about insecurity. I can't really remember the person that said it that if there's insecurity in a country for more than 24 hours, the government hand is involved.
Yeah, because I think
Hmm.
it's more political than,
Yeah, than
tribal or
religious. Yeah,
religion.
exactly, exactly. And Kaduna State is a target because if you look at the whole of Nigeria, the whole force of Nigeria is situated there. The military school is there, the aviation school is there, the armory is there. So it's kind of like a target to gain more what will I call it now, ammunitions and stuff to carry out whatever plans they have. And it's just obvious that the government had is in okay, so like prior to I think 2021, they commissioned a whole railway that leads to Chad and Cameroon. And these people come in flocks. How you actually know that these guys are not even Nigerians? The common bike man in Kaduna State is always a Hausa person, but you get tend to now see that the bike men don't even understand Hausa. They don't understand English.
Mm-hmm.
You be speaking, you want to go somewhere, and they don't you can't even communicate. The shoe cobblers that come into your compound to fix your sandals, and they can't communicate even in Hausa. So where are they from? Like, so it's just a bad situation that we find ourselves in, and we just hope to God that this too shall pass.
It surely shall. So Nigeria is going to the poll in February. No.
Mhm.
So who is your preferred candidate and why?
Mm.
Let's be political.
Uh, I will say definitely we want someone younger since we were little. In fact, since we were in our mother's womb, we've been hearing the same names all over and all over and all over.
And I could remember
Mm.
growing up, they said youths are the leaders of,
Of
Nigeria.
tomorrow,
And
exactly.
I'm growing up and my grandpa are still there,
Exactly. So I still championed for a younger and vibrant person, but I still have a clause because I still feel that majority of our youths are not really prepared for
Mm.
to handle some kind of positions. So the ones that were there that was supposed to groom them have nothing to actually offer because if you I was watching something they were like doing a street interview and asking people if you're a president for 15 minutes, what will you do?
So
And you,
when you say youths are not prepared, what
yeah,
category of youth are you talking about? I mean, because yeah, I listened to those interviews, but when they interview people, they interview those that are not educated, that are not exposed. But we have a lot of vibrant Nigerians who are
Yeah,
dead, who are exposed. So what is your expectation for a young person to become president of Nigeria?
now when I say they are not ready to handle stuff, I not in the sense of intellectually. Oh, we have so many brilliant youth.
Mm.
Sometimes when you hear them speak, you're like, wow. So I can associate myself to this person, that this person's from Nigeria. Like it's a pride for us. But there's difference between book knowledge and actually experience. Now, I don't want to see someone. Okay, let me talk about Peter Obi now. Peter
Mm.
Obi is a very good candidate. Why? Because he has gone through the ranks.
Yeah.
But I don't want someone to come out from nowhere and just say I want to be president. Okay, you've never been a local government chairman, you've never been a senator, you've never been like, grow. You can't generally in life you can't just you have to have a growing stage, which I feel that most of our youths lack. Not because it's their fault, like I said. The elder ones that are supposed to show us the ropes and teach us how to grow have failed us. They
But
they have
to be candid, even the elder ones, those who have been there for years, they started somewhere.
yeah,
They were once a novice, who just took the
exactly,
shots, and they
exactly.
grow into politics.
Hmm.
So I mean, if we have youths who are intelligent, even if they don't, let me tell you, there's nobody that doesn't even have at least a little knowledge of politics.
Hmm.
But with whatever little knowledge you have, you expose, you listen to the news, So what stop you from trying? Because even the elder ones that are there, I mean to say, they
Hmm.
started somewhere.
But check it out. They grew from somewhere. They grew up from being a
Yeah.
local government chairman. They grew up from being in the
Before they became a local
military.
government chairman, they were nothing. But they
No,
were
that's
just listening to
genuine.
politics and following people who are in politics. And I believe we
Of,
have youth who are doing the same at this stage.
of course, this is what I'm saying. You start from there are so many people that have come out to be presidents that have never even held any political office. And you can't be responsible for over 250 million people and just think it's your head
No,
knowledge.
no,
It's
I'm not saying someone who does not have a political experience should become the president.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about when I talk about some of the youths. Because like we could see so many people that you can be activists, you can be so many other things, but
Mm.
not being in the system. Like I keep saying, they will always, in fact, I have a lot of arguments with some of my friends to be like, you and this, your northern people. I'm saying northern people know how to play politics, and that is why they're at the top of the game. They are willing to be silent, they are willing to be devious, they are willing to do. Another man can put a Yoruba man as a local government chairman.
Mm.
Meanwhile, he knows that he himself is a local government chairman and that person is just a figurehead.
Yeah.
You
So,
get
Anita, the question is, who is your preferred candidate?
my preferred candidate is Peter Obi for now.
Okay. So,
Except someone,
what's your expectations from him if he becomes the
do
president?
I, do I really have an expectation for him? I just know that if he has to do the work, we Nigerians have to be patient because before we can get in new Nigeria, we should be talking about 10 years or thereabout because the country is a mess.
Of course it is. I don't expect him, to do much in his first 4 years, but even what my expectation is, at least he's going to pave a way for things to
Yeah.
get where we want
He
to
could set up structures like
be.
Nigeria has no structure. Like I was talking of recent, I was like, can you imagine a country that don't even have a phone line for like like here we have the 911. You don't have such in Nigeria. The only place you can have some short codes are like Abuja, which is still not as efficient. We don't
Yeah.
even have structures that can fend for the basic needs of Nigerians. So I think he work more on putting in structures like basic needs. That's why American people cannot believe in God because there is light, there is water, there is road, there's education. You get because these structures are there and people should be held accountable. The law should take its focus. People should be held accountable when a wrong is done. They should be held accountable for it. I think
Yeah, we
it
hope
would.
for that in the new government. So okay,
Yeah.
you talked about your catering business, and how it started. Can you just go and take us through? I know a lot of people said COVID-19 was kind of a blessing to many because he brought out the different talents in them, the
Yeah.
different ideas and initiative in them. So what is your
Mhm.
story about that? How did COVID, brought you into the catering business?
Okay. I was working somewhere when the COVID hit, and then mm, gradually days reduced from 3 days to 2 days, from 2 days to 1 day, then nothing. And then I was pregnant at the time. So being cautious of safety, my baby and myself with the pandemic, I just was thinking outside the box. And I was like, okay. My mom was a caterer, actually. She was a teacher, then catering was a side hustle. And I was my husband was actually one of my big supporter, and he's still my big supporter. Sometimes when I cook and I'm like, this food is not as nice as you say it is. He's my cheer, he's my cheerleader. So
Okay.
he now said, why not do what you enjoy doing and make
Yeah.
money from it? Okay. So the day and definitely I don't do anything without praying about it. And I was like, God, I don't like being idle. I've never been idle. Those times my mom will call me and be like, so me are sitting in one place. It's just very unlike you. So that was how it started. And then just like few days after we discussed about it now, I'm like, okay, I don't even know where to start. I'm new in this country. I don't have the network. I
The
don't know
network, yeah.
people. So where am I going to start? So luckily for me, my mother-in-law is here, so she started talking to people in her church, and then gradually I started getting little gigs. But first of all, my neighbor, because we're sharing an apartment, my neighbor one day just said, every time he's always perceiving my food, though, that okay, he's going to buy the foodstuffs, then I'll cook for him and he will pay me. And that was how it all started.
Mm.
So it's basically word of mouth. Like I have so many customers. Some of them I don't even know their faces because I just cook and deliver, cook and deliver, and I'm like,
That's interesting.
shortly before I came here, I was just hurrying to finish one order before before I show up here. So it's been growing, and thank God for New York. New York is very friendly to people will come, people migrate here,
Yeah.
and then they make the path really, really, really easy in a very short period of time. I'm a business owner. My husband is also a business owner, registered business owner. I'm like, huh, where it's where we have been like
Mm.
we are
So let me
flexing.
cut
I'm
you.
flexing
You
in this
said
country.
cooking and cleaning is therapeutic to you. How is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. If I'm like stressed or I'm trying to figure out something, like I'm worried about something, trust me, when you come to my house will be very clean because the process of cleaning makes me think clear with a clear mind. I don't know how it works, but it just works that way. When my husband comes to the house and sees me cleaning, he'll be like, this one, she's on a mission to like get answers. So besides praying on my knees, that's the next thing. When I'm cooking, I'm very in fact you can wake me up at any time, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. and just tell me you want to eat this. I will do it with joy, no
Wow.
grumbling. Yeah, that's
That's
how much I love
interesting.
cooking. That's how
So,
much I love
Anita, tell
cooking.
us, why did you decide to leave Nigeria to move to the United States of America to pursue your dreams?
Okay. Mm, Honestly, I've not been one to like want to leave Nigeria. I really had lots and lots of hope for Nigeria. Like I'll fight anybody that says anything that like Nigeria no go better. Nigeria go better, and we
So tomorrow I tell people we'll get there.
will get there.
Never
The
lost my
gradual
hope
process.
in the country.
So wetin carry me come? I'm diverting. What brought me to this country is marriage, actually. So I
Oh,
met my husband, and it's one of his dreams to move here. So when we got married, that was it. We had to start planning moving down to this place, and that's how we got here. So I don't have any backstory because I I never thought of it. But now I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because it seems like we just left at the brink of when things were just like crumbling,
Mhm.
and we have a place to stand. So I'm blessed to be here. And
Yeah, so is very very understanding that it's not easy starting over anywhere.
yeah,
You left your country, you left your social network,
yeah,
everything you own and all you've achieved for, I mean, at the course of your life, and
mm,
you move to another country to start all over again. It's not an easy journey. So what
mm.
what are those challenges you encounter starting all over here?
Um, for me, I didn't really encounter much challenge because my husband had family here, but I'll still want to buttress on the fact that you can't be lazy and survive here. The systems are there. As long as you're hardworking, you will make it. As long as you keep your head on the ground, do what is right, follow the law, you will make it. And with God, you will make it. But moving here, the social challenge was not okay. I always had one idea. My dad was well traveled, like very traveled, and he always says one thing that any place you go and it overwhelms you, it's going to be hard for you to take charge of that place. And I ride with it. Like when I came here, I'm like, so is this the America self that they've been talking about? Like that was the attitude I gave, and that was how it just pushed me. And I was like, in fact, there was a day I was around the South Bronx side, and I called a friend of mine on video call, and she was like, my friend, please don't call me when you're in such places because people will say you're a liar, not in America. And I'm like, no, you're in the spirit. So, so it never overwhelmed me. I didn't really have any bad experience. I had very good support, like very good um support. So, but hard work is just the key here.
Yeah,
Hard work.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're very, very
Mhm.
right. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. With your level of exposure, and of what you've seen here in America, if you're given the opportunity to go back to Nigeria to change something,
Mhm.
what area will you change? What area will you want to change, and what kind of change will you be bringing?
It's going to, the area I want to change is something that I don't even think it seems impossible because it's only the Holy Spirit that can do that. It's the issue of mindset. We have I used to say Nigeria is a very blessed country, it's a very rich country, but we have poor mindsets. Like I think it's a general African thing, and
Mhm.
we really need to work on our mindset because once you can see something, once you're exposed to things, you can reach it. So I think educating our young generation that are coming up, like they should hold more values, more morals, and there's just so many distractions. And I just find out that Africans are the champions of these distractions. The people that even created these distractions don't champion it as much.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, I think the biggest change I want to do is in the area of mindset. And I've been a very independent person for a very long time. So hold your side, like have something to do with white collar job is great, office job is great, but your skill can make you millions. Even the Bible said it, the gift of a man maketh way. So when you have something, there's no place in the Bible that God bless someone that the person was idle.
You're
But
right.
you always find the person doing something. So no
So
matter
in,
how
in that
little.
in that light, what would
Mm.
be your advice to young people out there who will be watching this video? Especially young people out there who aspires, to leave their country to pursue their dreams elsewhere. What would be your advice to them?
Yeah, I just say no matter what, always work on yourself. Like be an open book. Uh, don't be fixated on um I don't want to use the word traditions and culture, but I think such things has really tied people down. Like, have an open mindset to so many things because it makes you think. It activates your thinking capacity. But if you are so shut out, you can easily miss it. So learn and relearn and just be yourself, I guess. Yeah.
That's nice. So, for those people who will be watching this, traders in New York who would like to patronize your business or would like to connect with you, do you mind sharing maybe your social media handles?
Hmm. That I'm very poor. I'm very poor at, but I don't know. I suppose I've sent you my flyer.
Okay,
I
yeah,
have.
please do. That will be resourceful. Yeah.
I have a flyer. I even have a nice advert that will make them like what their mouth water for my dishes.
Please do. Yeah, we'll be so glad to promote that on our platform.
No problem. I'll do that.
So thank you so very much for
Thank
honoring
you
our
so much. Thank
invitation.
you for the
So nice
opportunity.
speaking with you.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking out the time. I know you're busy, and I hope when next we invite you, you'll be willing to come share more stories with us.
I will. Don't worry. Next time I'm going to drag my whole family. Everybody has something to chip in.
That would be nice. That would be so nice. So thank you
Yeah.
everyone for stopping by to listen to Anita's story. Please don't forget to leave your comments and also share our stories and also like our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Until next time, stay blessed and keep believing. See you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Hold on.